Warning, this story is for mature audience. If you are not concerned, care to ignore this story as it contains drama, violence and adult topics. Thanks for your comprehension and enjoy the listening.
We take a minute to tell you that the podcast is read by an AI voice. We apologize in advance for the accent without intonation, or the bad pronunciation of some native words in English, including acronyms. If you want a better understanding of the story, you should read the book, The Valhwatch. You will find the link in the description of this video.
In the gripping previous chapter, Jeannot embarked on his inaugural quest, tasked with securing a vital serum for his survival. However, his journey is not without peril, as he encountered a formidable foe known as Hollow, whose presence in the virtual realm poses a genuine threat to the real world. After a tough battle with the menacing creature, Jeannot seeks to leverage the Valhwatch system by exploring opportunities to build a profitable venture, capitalizing on the monetary rewards that come from completing quests and vanquishing Hollows. What is next? Let's continue to explore.
In the shadows where doubt might creep, we rise up strong, our dreams to keep. Choices abound, but we stand our ground. With hearts ignited, no backing down. Don't give up, fight and remain tall. Through every struggle, we'll conquer all. A brighter future just within reach. With every step, life's lessons we teach. In the shadows where doubt might creep, we rise up strong, our dreams to keep. Choices abound, but we stand our ground. With hearts ignited, no backing down. Don't give up, fight and remain tall. Through every struggle, we'll conquer all. A brighter future just within reach. With every step, life's lessons we teach.
Chapter 3: A New Path. Meanwhile, the camera pans over the sprawling cityscape of Los Angeles, the sun casting golden hues on the horizon, a blend of urban life buzzing below. Cut to an intimate, softly lit bedroom where the faint glow of a laptop illuminates Maria's focused expression as she prepares for her stream. Maria, with long blonde hair, is 24 years old and streams in her bedroom on her laptop. The walls are adorned with popular stickers and photos, interspersed with snippets of her travels documented in framed photographs. Cozy yet cluttered, her room is an oasis of personal expression, with clothes strewn across a chair, half-finished snacks on her desk, and a small plant struggling for sunlight. As the morning light spills through the curtains, Maria transitions through her daily rituals with precision. Waking up from her cozy bed, she checks the number of views on her social network apps and the revenue she earned, and she says, "Humph. I didn't get that many views from yesterday. It sucks, being a female streamer, and doing this for a living is so hard. Followers are pushing me further, and I have to constantly monitor my outfit. Let's see, what kind of topic will I talk about today as a trend?" Then, she heads to the bathroom, the sound of water running filling the air as she takes a bath, steam rising and enveloping her in warmth. She meticulously watches what she eats: crunchy vegetables and a measured portion of yogurt, reminiscent of her determination to avoid unwanted weight gain. Each bite is a deliberate choice, a small act of rebellion against her insecurities. After her bath, she steps out, feeling refreshed but still pondering her self-image. Dressed in workout gear, sweat glistening on her skin, she walks to the nearby gym, the vibrant colors of dawn framing her path. With each inhale, the scents of fresh grass and blooming flowers mingle with the urban aroma of gasoline and asphalt. To make her body appealing to men, she engages in sports classes near her apartment. At the gym, the rhythmic sound of feet hitting treadmills and the clang of weights resonates in the air, a motivational symphony that pushes her to excel. She pushes through each exercise, sweat trickling down her brow, a testament to her dedication. Later, after showering, she meticulously applies her makeup, each stroke carefully enhancing her features. She surveys her reflection in the mirror, wearing sexy clothes that hug her curves, feeling a surge of confidence coursing through her veins. She turns on her PC and begins the live stream, using Daisy as her online pseudonym. As the chat lights up with eager comments, her nerves melt away. The addictive rush of attention fuels her performance. Each view and like act as validation for her efforts. During the stream, her voice dances effortlessly through a myriad of topics, her charisma weaving a tapestry of engagement with her audience. The background is filled with the soft tapping of her keyboard and the ambient sounds of her neighborhood, the distant honking of cars and laughter from passing pedestrians echoing outside. One day, she opens Twitch to discuss games. The screen paints her face in bright colors, illuminating her passion as she talks about strategies and game lore, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. Another day, she uses YouTube on her mobile while walking down the street to discuss her daily life, the sun warm on her skin, capturing the sights of Los Angeles, the highlights of colorful murals and street vendors peddling their wares, her new content captivating her audience with cultural snippets. At night, in the dim ambience of her apartment, the atmosphere shifts. She dons daring clothes, the fabric giving her an air of mystery and allure. The low hum of the city at night transforms the mood as she prepares to stream on adult platforms, the shadows dancing around her as night solidifies outside her window. She changes into revealing clothes to engage in live streams viewed by some men who sponsor her. The flickering glow of the screen pulls her focus, each interaction laced with flirtation and excitement. The muffled sounds of the bustling nightlife seep through her window, creating an electric backdrop to her stream. Sometimes she orders fast food. The smell of greasy burgers wafts through the air as she binge-watches shows, her appetite often leading her to the streets during the evenings, among crowds bursting with laughter, music, and energy. During her journey, particularly on weekends, she seeks places to dance, losing herself to the rhythm under luminescent laser lights casting playful shadows at clubs, enchanting strangers as they move in unison, surrendering to the music, a temporary escape from reality. She goes out to dance at clubs to refresh her mind or visits parks to get fresh air while enjoying the city views, taking snapshots for her followers. The gentle rustling of leaves and the distant chirping of birds lull her senses, reigniting her creativity as she snaps photos in nature's embrace. Her intention is to attract wealthy men through these actions. Each interaction is a calculated move in her strategy, with her dreams entwined in the superficial glamour she pursues. One evening, while preparing to do a live stream on adult apps, the atmosphere laden with anticipation, a notification suddenly appears on her computer screen, a message from Valhwatch. She receives a message on her PC from Valhwatch, 1 week after Jano had received the same message. Her heart races, uncertainty grips her, and annoyance creeps in as she talks to herself. Was it just another anonymous admirer? The ambient sound of her notifications is drowned out by lingering thoughts of doubt. She assumes it's just a random guy trying to hit on her. Drawing a deep breath, she brushes it off, her fingers deftly moving to commence her usual stream, the light dimming her worries momentarily. Knowing how she attracts men, she ignores it, thinking it's one of her admirers, and starts her live stream as usual. The familiar pattern of excitement emanates from the chat, enveloping her in the comfort of connection. When she finishes streaming for the day and is ready to sleep, the warm glow of the laptop screen fades, replaced by the soft embrace of night. The sound of her heartbeat feels loud in the quiet room, a reminder that her day is morphing into another night of solitude. Lying on her bed, she receives another notification on her mobile phone with the same message, and she exclaims, "Damn it, who is this persistent weirdo?" The eerie repetition sends chills down her spine, the weight of the unknown unsettling her more than she cares to admit. She blocks it, thinking it might be from a stalker. A sense of dread begins to creep in as she closes her eyes, trying to silence the tiny voice in her head warning her. But the messages continue to pop up in the following days. Each notification rekindles her anxiety, disrupting her normal routine. The world outside continues unabated, while her own reality shapes into a moment of constant tension. Frustrated, she mutters. At this rate, I'm being stalked and doxxed. Creepy, you're done, dude. I will report you. She visits the police to report it, but they find no cause for concern. The sterile environment of the police station, the sound of distant discussions and ringing phones, feels harsh against her escalating fears, a disconnect between what she experiences and what they deem serious enough to warrant attention. What the fuck? They say it's not serious, despite all the evidence I showed them? TSK, corrupt police. Now, she returns to her apartment filled with anxiety. The familiar sight of her vibrant bedroom feels stifling, the walls closing in as she paces, unable to find solace in her surroundings. Again, in her chat apps, a message is sent threatening that if she keeps ignoring it, she will face misfortune. The screen pulses ominously, the words sending a shockwave through her. It feels like a foreboding omen. The message ends with her real name, Maria Deli, and details about her daily life. Panic surges, and she feels the walls of her reality begin to crumble. Frozen, she becomes scared and thinks it might be from an acquaintance trying to prank her. Her imagination spirals into a dark pit, and she can almost hear whispered conversations among her friends, wondering what they know. She replies, "Who are you?" Desperation laces her tone as she hopes for clarity amid the chaos in her mind. The anonymous sender replies, "You don't need to know. Do you want to change your life or not?" The words echo in her mind. She hesitates and thinks, "What is he talking about?" It runs through her mind, but eventually she accepts the participation. The allure of a chance for escape pulls at her, a dangerous distraction from her fears. The anonymous sender tells her she will receive a package at her address the next day and that she needs to follow the instructions within it. A blend of disbelief and cautious curiosity stirs within her, and she mutters, "What kind of package could it be?" As expected, the package arrives at a sunlit afternoon. Its unassuming exterior does little to mask the weight of possibility it holds. She tears it open to find gadgets identical to the ones Janot had received back then. Her pulse quickens with intrigue mingling with fear as she asks herself, "What have I gotten myself into?" Then she begins to follow the instructions, wearing the black flat cylinder, the Valhwatch, and the lenses, activating the augmented system. Each gadget feels foreign yet exhilarating against her skin, humming with potential as the digital interface flares to life around her, enveloping her in a beautiful virtual experience. The system asks her to choose her 3D virtual assistant. She scans the options, delight filling her as she glimpses the beginning of an adventure. She customizes a handsome, gentlemanly butler, naming him Steve, and sets his age at 28, with short curly hair. Steve materializes with an air of elegance, his presence filling the dim corner of her bedroom as he greets her. "Hi, my lady, Maria Deli. I am Steve, your virtual assistant, and I am here to serve you." With emotion, she replies, "Ha ha ha, my lady Maria Deli. How cute. Although, I wanted to try to apply the manner of speaking from British aristocrats on a man. It's rare to see gentlemen here in the USA. Most of them are damn rude." The system then instructs her to inject the serum. The air thickens with anticipation and trepidation as she raises the syringe, her heart racing against the backdrop of her wavering reflection in the mirror. She faints, and the watch begins to connect with her skin, a similar process to what Janot experienced. It feels as though the world spins away as darkness envelopes her. After 3 hours, she wakes up gasping, the real world flooding back with relentless urgency, colors brighter and sounds sharper. Steve greets her, explaining the situation and the system's rules. His tone, calm yet firm, imbues her with a newfound sense of purpose, her guide in a web of uncertainty. Upon hearing that she can't age while using the serum, she feels happy, especially regarding her body's regeneration. Hope ignites within her, a glimmer of possibility, as she dares to dream again. She asks what the system could do to help her situation. Steve replies it is up to her. The gravity of this decision hangs in the air, a thrilling yet daunting crossroads. Having some foundational knowledge about games and thinking it would be similar, she asks if she can view her stats. The bedroom pulses with energy. The stakes are high. and she is ready to plunge into a world unseen. Steve gently displays her stats in 3D, indicating she is LV10A. He adds, "My Lady Maria Deli, you can see these interactive windows displaying your stats." The numbers dance before her, promising a realm of potential, a tantalizing glimpse at what awaits. She wants to know the meaning of that, so she asks him, "The level stuff, does it impact my journey? Is that useful?" He explains that she has those stats due to her natural abilities. Confidence surges through her, her story interwoven with the stats displayed, each one a small victory from her journey through struggles. He adds that each assistant has its behavior. For instance, Steve says he can detect other skeleton users within a radius of 100 meters thanks to her natural skills tied to him. His assurance calms any lingering doubts, igniting the flame of adventure once more. Then, he gently suggests, "My lady, I know it's too much for you. You may take a rest today, and tomorrow, if you wish, we can pragmatically test the features of the suit outside." She replies, "Okay, we will do that." Filled with newfound determination, the promise of tomorrow looms large, and she feels intuition guiding her next steps. The next morning, she completes her routine, bath, breakfast as a habit, but notices she isn't hungry. The sounds of the world alive around her as she prepares for the journey ahead, feeling revitalized. She transforms her outfit for jogging, then heads outside. The rush of the cool morning air brushes against her skin, igniting her anticipation. In a secluded garden, sunshine filters through the leaves, casting patterns on the ground, an oasis hidden within the city's swirl. She attempts to exercise while Steve talks to her with exercises like stretching, running, jumping, wall walking, and doing parkour. Memories of playful summers echo through her, invigorating her spirit as she embraces this newfound freedom. She feels as light as a leaf, growing accustomed to the experience. Each movement feels effortless, purely exhilarating, adrenaline coursing through her as she tackles challenges with renewed fervor. Once she completes her practice, she returns to her apartment and showers while exclaiming, "Ah, that was amazing! Is this like being a new superhero for Los Angeles? LOL. Will they ask me to save people or something like that?" Meanwhile, the water soothes her weary muscles. Its steam envelopes her, washing away remnants of doubt. Knowing she could earn money by completing quests or similar tasks, she again questions her butler about it. Curiosity flickers. The potential for new adventures dances enticingly in her mind. Steve replies with another worry. "I understand your concern, my lady, but the first priority is to find some serums nearby, as I received instruction. As a reminder, the serum you injected lasts for 2 weeks. Then, to soothe her, he adds, "Once we get the serums, I will find a way to address your financial situation." The thrill of the chase beckons as her thoughts spin with possibilities. He suggests that she go outside the next day and walk around the city to allow him to scan the surroundings. With a nod of determination, she begins to plan her next move, her fingers tapping absent-mindedly against the desk. While waiting for tomorrow, she begins to manipulate the augmented reality system with her hands, the interface gliding responsively, like magic, each gesture initiating bursts of information, igniting her intrigue as she searches for information about it. Finally, the day arrives when she goes outside, transforming her outfit into casual clothes. The vibrant colors of her outfit complement her spirit as she looks for a way to integrate herself into this new life, an updated version of Maria, more in control than ever. She dons leggings, a t-shirt, and fancy tennis shoes for an appealing appearance. As she walks around with Steve tagging along to scan the area, the bustling rhythm of the city serves as a backdrop, conversations and snippets of music mingling in her ears as she wears earbuds. If nobody notices her, she sometimes does parkour and wall walking. There is a thrill in the clandestine, adrenaline coursing through her veins with every nimble leap. She doesn't feel exhausted while doing this since the skeleton suit and serum effectively reduce human weaknesses. It is liberating to defy constraints she has carried for so long, to harness her capabilities to conquer physicality effortlessly. Eventually, Steve detects a hint about the serum and instructs her to follow the virtual map on the window. The emotional high of discovery spurs her onward, anticipation setting her pulse racing. Once she reaches the location, a busy intersection, the cacophony of the city envelopes her as people rush by, their lives intertwined with hers at that moment. She notices a piece of paper on the ground that nobody else seems to see. With keen perception, she bends down, almost hidden in the thrumming chaos around her, as the world continues to whirl onward. Steve decrypts a puzzle test and explains that she must find 3 pieces of a mechanical object scattered around 3 buildings, which form a triangle on the AR 3D map of the locations. Intrigue sparks within her as the map flickers to life, revealing each destination shimmering with possibility. They feel like pieces of fate waiting to be woven into her story. Steve informs her that some pieces are in apartments, and she must sneak into those buildings to avoid being noticed by guards, security cameras, or lasers. He suggests, "My lady, for your security it would be better to wear an infiltration suit or something to cover your face, as you may face security systems in those buildings, and according to my analysis, your body could perform acrobatic movements to sneak. It's good that you do sports regularly." The thrill of defiance tinges the air, dangerous and electrifying, bringing her a heartbeat away from adventure. Hiding in a secluded corridor, she morphs her costume into an infiltration suit. The attire is not so suspicious as to catch attention, with her face concealed by a casket and a mask around her mouth and nose. The moment feels surreal, a striking dichotomy of fear and exhilaration thrumming through her veins as she approaches the first building. Then, she approaches the first building where a guard stands, and security cameras are everywhere. The crisp sound of modernity clashes with her heart's frantic rhythm, an orchestra of tension setting the stage. She hesitates and talks to herself. "Damn, will it work?" Steve reassures her. "My lady, don't worry. I've calculated the journey and the best possible path with my algorithm. Here, in the virtual environment, you will see a 3D character that will blend with your reality in sight. Just follow the character's movements." Thanks to Steve, she can visualize her next trajectory in 3D to guide her movements. A focused concentration envelopes her as she slips into the unknown, every muscle ready for action. A rush of adrenaline pushes her forward. She successfully evades the guards' vigilance and the cameras. As shadows loom, she feels a synergy with her surroundings, each movement a seamless blend of instinct and agility. She whispers, "Oh shit, it's working. Thankfully I watched enough action movies to know where it goes, being in action like an actor. I never thought I would do this for real." She takes the elevator and quietly approaches the owner's locked apartment, needing a password to enter. The air feels thick with urgency, her breath caught in her throat like a fragile promise. Steve unlocks it using an algorithm, revealing it to be the residence of an old rich man. The door opens to a world of opulence, golden accents glinting against shadowed corners as her heart races with the thrill of discovery. The signal is coming from the ceiling of his bedroom. The room itself is a mix of elegance and neglect, an old man's sanctuary where history lingers in every creak of the floorboards. Fortunately, nobody is home. Relief washes over her, a moment of tranquility amid chaos as she explores, fueled by curiosity and adrenaline alike. She opens the lamp hanging from the bedroom ceiling using the screwdriver she found in a spare room, following Steve's instructions. An antique fixture, its glass adorned with delicate filigree, glimmers under her touch. Anticipation stirs her senses as she unscrews it, revealing a hidden treasure inside. An ancient piece is hidden there. She marvels at how it could have ended up here, and Steve finds it amusing too. Interlaced with stolen history, the object feels like a relic from another life. Curiosity mingles with a sense of danger. She is ready to quit, but she is also tempted by the luxurious items surrounding her, gorgeous relics of the old world shimmering and alluring in the dim light. She is caught in a spell of greed momentarily, the desire for beauty whispering temptingly in her consciousness. She talks to herself. "Oh God, I can't help it. While we are struggling with life, some geezers like this one are hoarding jewels that could feed people. The unfairness of life. I can't see food and remain still." She can't resist picking up jewels, chains, and diamonds that might not be noticeable to the owner later. The weight of them in her hands ignites a frenzy of desire, the seductive allure of riches pulling heavily at her conscience, a battle between right and temptation. She doesn't question the morality of her actions. The greed of human nature often overtakes individuals in certain situations. Adrenaline thumping wildly, she snatches trinkets, her mind racing with justification. This conviction fills her mind as she takes some inconspicuous valuables. With each piece she pockets, the thrill of success mingles with guilt, promising a heady rush that whispers lies of justification into her heart. Next, she heads to the second building where one piece is located in the parking basement. The atmosphere shifts, an apprehensive weight compressing the air around her as she approaches, the tension thickening. She must push a car, and underneath it is a metallic circular cover screwed to the ground. With a deep breath, she focuses, the weight of the task falling upon her in waves of adrenaline. She lifts it with the strength of her exoskeleton from the costume, finding the second piece. Joy floods her at the sight of her success, a testament to her newfound abilities, a triumph thrumming within. As she approaches the last location, she realizes it is a police station. The sight fills her with dread, an imposing monument of authority and security. Her heart sinks into uncertainty as apprehension claws at her. She hesitates, looking at Steve with anxiety, considering that she has just stolen jewels from the old rich man. Her breath catches in her throat, and her mind spirals, verging on panic, and she says, "What the heck? Is this a trap? So the so-called Valhwatch organization wants to catch people red-handed and send them to jail?" Steve reassures her. "My lady Maria Deli, don't worry, I'm not setting any trap for you. It's as instructed in the notice paper we found earlier." Uncertain about what Steve is saying, she suspects a trap, yet she still needs the serum. An internal war rages, hope against fear. Every heartbeat ratchets up the stakes. She knows how guarded police stations are. Steve urges her not to panic. His calm voice weaves through her fears, grounding her as the possibility of discovery looms heavy over her thoughts. He instructs her to enter and disguise herself as a police officer, complete with a suit and badge he'll generate on the costume, manipulating the police's data. A shudder runs through her. The audacity of the plan ignites both dread and a strange thrill of empowerment. The final piece is located in their data center room, the heart of the operation, a world brimming with both risk and reward, all intricately linked to her fate. Nonetheless, she follows his instructions to apply the disguise. Feeling the fabric drape over her, the power of transformation courses through her veins, a paradox of identity blending with purpose. Once she arrives at the control badge gate of the police station, she shows her badge and is granted access. The mechanical whir of the scanner feels like a countdown, an intake of breath before diving into the unknown. She quickly locates the data center room, where she easily finds the last piece, a mere decoration on a table, then exits without any problems. The simplicity of the retrieval sends a rush through her. The challenge feels monumental, yet the satisfaction is profound. She is artfully navigating danger without faltering. Looking for a secluded area to assemble the pieces, a feeling of accomplishment envelopes her. She successfully does so, and they begin to merge. The magic is palpable as she witnesses their harmony. A thrill pulses through her. A glowing, floating key materializes and starts to move. She follows it, with no one noticing the floating key. Each flicker of light feels like a heartbeat, pulling her onward into mystery. It stops between two buildings, and in a small corridor, there is a brightly shining square area on the ground. The key glows like a beacon, illuminating the path forward. She holds the key to insert it into the square. Then, a cage appears, and Steve suggests she places her bio watch on it. Time feels suspended, the enormity of the moment threatening to sweep her away. It unlocks, revealing a serum. The vial shimmers with promise, an elixir holding the keys to unfathomable possibilities. After taking the serum, she heads directly back to her apartment. Her heart races with excitement and trepidation, each step echoing with purpose as her reality shifts. Once home, the familiar cocoon of her apartment feels more alive than ever, a sanctuary amid the chaos of her life. She lies on her bed, reflecting on her day's journey before taking a shower. She exclaims, Phew, that was something. The water cascades over her, soothing and invigorating, reconciling her dual existence as both Maria and Daisy. She has 1 week remaining. She can inject the serum she found later, which she has stored somewhere in her bedroom. An exhilarating thrill dances beneath her skin, stirring her resolve to seize the moment. This time, she won't let opportunities slip away. In the evening, twilight casts soft shadows through her window, and she turns to Steve, determination glowing in her gaze. She asks him how to increase her stats, and he replies that she could battle or buy with real money, but the features are expensive. His words resonate, forging a path toward ambition as she envisions the potential before her. Remembering the jewels she stole from the rich man, a sense of urgency ignites within her. She wonders how to help her siblings and create her own business, the idea blossoming in her heart. She asks Steve, where can I sell these jewels? Eager to transform her stash into something tangible, every glimmer of the jewels echoes with potential. He provides her with a location to sell them without leaving traces. With a newfound sense of purpose, she prepares, each detail of her outfit chosen carefully as she visualizes the transaction. The following day, she wears a t-shirt and a skirt for an appealing appearance, the fabric of her costume light against her skin, and a fashion bag containing the jewels, freedom sparking in her every movement as she heads to the designated location. The streets course with life, people buzzing, cars racing by, and her heart thumping a steady rhythm of anticipation. When she arrives, the atmosphere buzzes with covert energy that thrills her senses. The corner shop emanates a soft glow, almost luring her inside. She finds a small shop in the black market, and shows the jewels to a tattooed shopkeeper. His eyes instantly assess her and the jewels, the air thickening with tension, a dance of wills about to unfold. He evaluates the jewels and proposes a price. She scrutinizes him closely, gauging his trustworthiness and calculating their value in her mind. Maria and the shopkeeper discuss the price as Steve helps her estimate the jewels' worth. The negotiation echoes like a chess match, the stakes high. Her breath held tight, her resolve steady. She finds the deal unfair and continues to another shopkeeper, still far from the money she desires. Each step feels heavier, the weight of disappointment coiling around her heart, and she says, Dealing with sellers is tough in my neighborhood. I won't earn something close to my target price for these jewels. Asking Steve to locate a buyer downtown, optimism igniting as she envisions the possibilities, she goes to the new location he suggests. Every moment is a chance to redefine her path, to reclaim control over her destiny. Eventually, she finds a buyer. His presence is imposing but intriguing, the aura of danger palpable. After some negotiations, they finalize a deal, and the buyer transfers the money to her account. Relief surges through her. She can hardly contain her joy. Back home, the walls of her apartment feel like an embracing cocoon, filling her with warmth. She's overjoyed about the transaction while lying on her bed. The thrill of victory tingles beneath her skin. She feels different, transformed. After taking a bath, the soothing water envelopes her, washing away the remnants of her day. She eats and watches TV in her AR space before drifting off to sleep. Her thoughts spiral into reflection, echoing with lessons learned, dreams rekindled, and the specter of uncertainty lingering around. During her slumber, she experiences flashbacks of her parents and her 2 younger siblings. Flickers of laughter and warmth intermingle with shadows of regret, the pulse of nostalgia a bittersweet melody. Maria has never been able to attend university because her parents couldn't afford the tuition fees, especially with her little brother and sister's expenses. The weight of responsibility has always been heavy on her shoulders. One day, her father discovered her doing adult strip videos, and he felt ashamed. The moment shattered the fragile balance of her life, leaving scars deeper than she cared to express. Disturbed by this revelation, she moved out as soon as she graduated from college and rented her small apartment. She sought solace in independence, but the shadows of her past whispered reminders of childhood, of the family she left behind. In the morning, as the sun streams through her window, she wakes and reflects on her actions, contemplating how to help her siblings and create her own business, the idea blossoming in her heart, stoking embers of ambition within, regardless of whether she walks a shameful path given her earlier behavior. Determination glimmers in her eyes. Today is the day she will forge her future.
We hope that you did enjoy the listening, and let's meet again for the next episode, for another adventure.
In the shadows where doubt might creep, we rise up strong, our dreams to keep. Choices abound, but we stand our ground, with hearts ignited, no backing down. Don't give up, fight and remain tall. Through every struggle we'll conquer all. A brighter future just within reach, with every step life's lessons we teach. In the shadows where doubt might creep, we rise up strong, our dreams to keep. Choices abound, but we stand our ground, with hearts ignited, no backing down. Don't give up, fight and remain tall. Through every struggle we'll conquer all. A brighter future just within reach, with every step life's lessons we teach.